GM, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. It's going to be with you back, live with you back again. You've got Matt Damon and Ben Affleck live with you guys from Goodwill Hunting Reincarnation. I don't know if you guys saw the clip today, but or the thumbnail, sorry. The thumbnail on YouTube. I mean, the AI did me dirty. The AI did me dirty this morning. It doesn't even look like me, Craig, but it is what it is. You got to stick with it sometimes. But yeah, look, maybe our acting career, as we head deeper into the bear market, maybe our acting career is about to take off, man, because I don't know about you, but it's pretty clean. This is pretty clean. Look at that, dude. That's Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, if I've ever seen.
Robin Williams, God rest in peace.
Robin Williams, you're right. Yeah, shout out to the GOAT. He obviously one of the GOATs of all time for acting. But yeah, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. We very much appreciate it, and we're having a bit of fun with the thumbnails. They're coming along well, and I actually enjoy it. It's way better than me trying to fucking do it myself. Like, oh my god, that would just spend so much time. It's such a pain, and yeah, and I don't want to be paying someone when AI can shoot out a pretty good thumbnail with a pretty simple prompt. So yeah, lots to cover today. We've got to talk about AI. We're going to talk about why you on earth would buy a Pokémon card for $16 million, Craig. I would rather buy an NFT for $16 million. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, obviously, OpenAI and OpenClaw. That's huge news. We'll talk about some Memecoins and AI tokens that seem to be doing okay at the moment. We'll talk about Kevin Leary and BitBoy. We'll talk about Vitalik and Polymarket. We'll talk about the crisis that we could be in, a bubble. We've been talking about a bubble for a while, but property looks very overextended. And I know you and your favorite YouTubers love to refer to a model that we'll talk about later in the show as well. So huge show to go, guys. So if you're watching on any of our live stream platforms, whether you're on Twitter, whether you're on my Twitch, whether you're on our YouTube channels, whether you're on Kick, or whether you're watching this on YouTube, guys, smash the sub, smash the follow. Very much appreciate this. We're live with you guys every day, keeping you up to date with what price action is doing, live, unscripted analysis and market conditions. So GM to everyone, hope you're all doing really well in the chat. Let us know anything specific, and we can bring it up. I mean, Cairo, bro, you literally like tried to go at me in one of my comments on my YouTube video, and I was like, dude, like, why? And like, I rebutted your point. You're like, you glorified some dude for like 30 minutes of the show. I spoke about it for 2 minutes. I didn't glorify him. I just showed Craig who he was. Like, dude, get your facts right. Get your facts right, dude. So many commenters out there, Craig, at the moment. I mean, you and me both over the last 24 hours have been pulled into random comments about things that are like, oh, you were so bullish at the top. What happened? Why haven't you updated your people about this? I said, bro, do you even watch our show? Like, have you been watching our show for the last 9 months? We've literally spoke about it every day. Anyways, the timeline's in disarray, which really does confirm that a lot of people are in denial, Craig, and a lot of people don't understand that is a very early stage of a bear market.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Greenie. Hello, everyone. Thanks for pulling up. Yeah, dude, the timeline's pretty... the timeline's pretty good at the moment. I wake up for the last couple of mornings and you're battling some dude. I don't even know what he's raging about at the moment. Oh yeah, we brought up about us shilling stuff at the top. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. How do I grow thick skin? Yeah, it's a dangerous world out there on the timeline at the moment. Obviously, when the bear market comes, yeah, people get a bit angry, don't they? So we're in the, I guess we're in the anger phase, maybe more so than depression. So anger's here, guys. People's bags have gone down, and now you did this, instead of I did this. So
yeah, that's exactly right. And the comments I was saying, I was acknowledging myself. I said I lost tens of thousands of dollars. I had invalidation, and it was broken later than I wanted on abstract specifically. I lost a lot of money on that, but I still walked away with 80% price lowers than where it is from when I walked away. And they're like, yeah, it's just crazy. It's like people like, you're shilling stuff. I said, I've never shilled stuff. I trade. There's a big difference there, and you might need to educate yourself about that. So crazy. It's crazy. Young Norris skin. I mean, yeah, my skin routine takes me 30 minutes every night, bro. You want skin like that? You want a beard like this, Cairo? Hey, hit me up, bro. My DMs are always open. Happy to help you out, bro. All right, moving on to the first topic, Craig. Before I dive into this, obviously big news overnight. Logan Paul, which there's a lot of scamminess around this particular topic as well. Logan Paul sells his Pikachu for 16 point or just shy of $16.5 million, making it the most expensive trading card, Pokemon card ever sold at an auction. What are your thoughts on this, Craig, before I go ballistic on this?
Well, he looks happy there, doesn't he? Look how happy he looks. Haven't seen him smile like that for a while. What do
I smile of a scammer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a couple of things. Firstly, I thought he had already sold the card, meaning when he divvied it up and everyone could buy a share of the card, that's kind of selling the card, isn't it? So you own a part, someone else owns a part, you'll own a part, leading me to believe, yeah, fractionalized. So what I would think would happen is now that he's made the sale, depending on how many fractions each person owns, you get a percentage of the 16 mil. Isn't that what would happen here legally? So I'm confused how you got to sell it twice, although that's genius. If you can sell anything twice, you're pretty smart. And yeah, secondly, I wonder, I mean, I saw he's blocking everyone who's asking for their share.
Yeah, everyone. Old Leonidas, like, I mean, what's old man's name here? Loki. Yeah, he's blocking. He blocked Watcher Guru as well, like one of the biggest up-to-date news accounts as well. Crazy.
So, I mean, I don't know how they get away with it. Can you get away with this? This is like, I just don't know how. Like, shucks. And then as well on top of that, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can talk about this too much, but maybe a bit of washing going on there as well, possibly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, if you've got to somehow create an income of 16 mil from somewhere, this is a good way to do it. Not saying he's doing that, but maybe he is. A few people were saying things like perhaps it was a bit overpriced, or saying things like it shouldn't have gone that high. The fact it did go that high means maybe he's laundering. The whole thing's pretty shady, dude. Yeah. And I wonder, with the laws in America, does this thing not get nipped in the bud pretty soon? Like, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, I mean, he's like, remember the NFT collection that he created and everything back in 23?
Yeah, Crypto Zoo, something Zoo.
Yeah, Crypto Zoo. Yeah. So like, he's been in
apologies to that, I think, as well.
Yeah, so many scams involved with this guy. And it's crazy to say, because a really funny tweet I saw earlier today was, one would have assumed Jake was probably the more volatile guy and the scammer, but he seems to be. He was crying last week when his wife won or his girlfriend won the Olympic medal, and he seems to be the softy here and a bit more by the book compared to old Logan, who doesn't really care. He just wants to make as much money as possible. I mean, you think about it too. Like, you think back to how he went gigaviral in the first place, Craig, with that Japan story back in the forest, way back in when Vines was a huge platform. You know about that, where he discovered I don't know if I can talk about this on YouTube, but he discovered something in a forest that was very not good. Like,
nah.
Yeah, no. So way back when he was a teenager, they grew from that with the Disney Channel. They kept doing content. Their content is their brand. Obviously, then him and KSI created Prime. That went gigaviral. Now they all work with obviously Mr. Beast, and they all leverage off each other, right, to maintain sort of views across the planet. So that's essentially how it works. But internally, moving back to the Pikachu specific, he sold 49% of it to fractionalized liquid users. But then he just put it back on auction and it sold for $16.5 million today. My first thing is, why the hell would you buy a Pokemon card for $16.5 million? Craig, that reminds me of the top of 2023 when people sold like NFTs for hundreds of millions or $50 like 50 millions. Bought Out Your Club was worth
69. It was 69
million. That's it. Like, it reminds me of when art was going for millions. It reminds me when Bought Out Your Club was going for millions. It screams top-ish. I don't know if you and your son enjoy Pokemon cards and collectible cards. I personally never got into it. I was never a Pokemon guy. I played sport, guys. I went outside and I played sport and made a lot of friends and grew a lot of great life skills from sport. Sure, I'm not accusing Pokemon collectors or card collectors. I
We're
love
human
that.
beings too, Greenie. We have feelings.
It's a lower tier, Craig. It's the way I like to sort of articulate that. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. But yeah, I don't know why you would buy this right now. Like, that screams the top, in my opinion. We've seen how crazy Pokemon cards have gone over the past year or two. So for me, Craig, this could be the top. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty top-ish. I just can't get over that picture of him. That still looks so funny. Yeah, he's just like grinning. I saw a funny post go up just before saying, if you were the buyer of this card, it's probably not the best reaction when you buy a card from the seller to be like, oh my God, I can't believe we got that. You'd be like, oh no, I might have paid a bit much here. And then there's streamers and poppers going off and stuff. Oh, look, I think this is just one big brand marketing deal. It's the bummer. A bummer about it is the fraction. So what's funny is he's also the co-founder of Liquid Marketplace.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, it's just surely it doesn't take a lawyer that's very good to destroy him here. Like, there's paperwork, there's trails, there's signatures. He's owner, like
there's public videos, public tweets, public everything. I mean, maybe he's deleted his tweets, but yeah, crazy, man. I mean, it's just crime. Crime is legal thanks to Trump. Crime is legal thanks to Trump, it seems, in this day and age.
He's with Trump, isn't he, as well? Not saying that means anything, but I think he's buddy with Trump.
I'm not sure if he is buddy. I know the Nelk boys are very buddy. I don't know if you know those boys, those party boys who love to travel. I mean, their content's hilarious. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I know them. I've watched them for a while.
Yeah, they're
not
pretty
anymore,
funny.
dude. Not anymore.
No. Oh, I mean, like, I watched their. Yeah, no, I've moved into more content around sort of travel. Like, I really got like people who go to really isolated places. Like, that's my YouTube at the moment that I like to watch a bit of travel, because they're things that I would never do. So I'm like, I want to watch what someone else does in that location. So anyways, moving on to the next topic, which is arguably probably more important than Logan Paul. We have OpenClaw. So Sam Altman officially, so OpenAI, creator, officially confirms that OpenAI has acquired OpenClaw. Peter Steinberger has to lead the personal agent. So basically, the story here, Peter Steinberger, Greeny, come on, who created the AI personal assistant known as OpenClaw, has joined OpenAI. That's quite huge. Previously known as Clawbot, then Maltbot, OpenClaw achieved viral popularity. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while now too, Craig. Like, AI that actually does things is very much the fundamental selling point of this product, right? The name changed first after Anthropic threatened legal action over its similarity to Claude, then changed back because Steinberger liked the new name better. So pretty crazy here, Craig. But OpenAI and OpenClaw are merging. What are your thoughts on this? The big juggernauts are just coming together. AI's taking over the world. I mean, there's a lot of FUD around the prompts of which you can prompt your Claude bot to sort of behave in a way that makes it Singularity, but it was never actually Singularity. It's just you doing a prompt saying, hey, later today, do this, or hey, I want you to do this, then this, then this. And then it looks as though it was very much doing it itself, but no, it wasn't. It was still the user inputting a prompt and getting it to create what it wanted to do. But I don't know, Craig, this seems like huge news because the world is heading in an AI dominant world, and we'll talk about how that influences markets next. But I don't know, what do you think about this move and this merger?
Great for Peter. He just got a mad payday. So great for him as a dev, I suppose you'd call it. I guess the juggernaut rolls on. I guess makes sense. One of the big boys comes in and acquires it rather than builds their own, as they've done for years and years. That's normally what happens. Great payday for the OG dev, which it will be. As far as what it means for users, I suppose we might eventually get a better product that'll be built out quicker, faster, and better. Only issue with me is I haven't used it. I haven't used Clawbot or any of that. So.
Talking on that point, this is bullish for ChatGPT because OpenAI is ChatGPT, and I use ChatGPT. I haven't got, as same as you, I haven't moved to Clawbot or whatever the other names were, Maltbook and all that sort of stuff, because I haven't had time yet because I'm building out GTG. So for me, this was very interesting because I like that, because I obviously am a ChatGPT user every single day, and I think that potentially has good upside moving forward into 2026, Craig. So, I mean, do you think you're falling behind if you're not using AI right now, Craig?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think if you're not using it in some shape or form, you definitely, I mean, I guess it depends what you do, but I think probably anyone in the world who's got access to a phone should probably be using it, whether it's even like tasks like looking up recipes and things like that. I quite often use it for that.
Yeah.
So just those sort of mundane tasks that would normally take a while of research, you can now bring it up in like a minute. So no, I think people should be using it. I'm not using it for anything particularly productive at the moment, output wise, to earn money. But maybe I'm missing out. Chat, tell me, am I missing out? Should I be using AI just to stream? Put a robot here. I don't know.
I mean, Craig, we use AI to clip our content these days, so we are, and I use AI.
I'm a user of AI, Greenie.
You are, Craig. Yeah, you're no longer a boomer, mate.
That's how good it is.
You're Gen Z, mate. You're no longer a boomer. You are using AI. You didn't even realize.
I have. I'm using it for recipes, and I've been doing our clips, Greenie. So thank you very much for letting the viewers know that. I do use it a little bit. It's funny. Because I sort of say I haven't been using it much, but then as you sort of talk about it, I have. It's weird. Like I kind of do use it, but I guess when I think of people saying, do you use AI? I guess I think of them sitting in a room getting AI to do the gnarliest shit in the world, where maybe you don't mean that as a question. Maybe you just mean, what are you using to do the mundane tasks, which I do use it for, and I know you do as well. So it's getting huge, isn't it, dude? Like I know my son uses it all the time. Are you
concerned? Yeah, So talk to me about your son. Like, how does school implement this? Are you concerned about the future of humans? I mean, like this is long term, but like short term.
I am concerned.
The destruction of education, the destruction of jobs. What are you thinking?
I guess I am concerned. You can't fight fate though, and when new technology comes along, you've either got to embrace it, or if you fight it, you'll get probably obliterated. So I guess it's kind of like when the engine came along, people kept with horse and cart a bit and said, this will never take off, and people got faded out. Telephone, internet, we've seen it before through time. You can't stop it. And I think it's just the people that learn to use the tool the best that will win. At the moment, I don't think AI is taking over anytime soon, but fast forward 100 years and man, I don't know, dude.
Oh, dude, 100 is generous. I think 10 to 20, dude. It's crazy.
Skynet, I think bring Skynet in. Let's go. Get it done. Terminator 2, there was movies about this. So, I grew up during these movies, man. So, yes, I am concerned, Greenie. We need Arnold Schwarzenegger to come back and blow this.
the 80-year-old to come back and help us out here. Yeah, very fair, very fair. I mean, this is where the world's heading. If you're not using it, you're falling behind. But in a concern, you want to make sure that it's regulated in the right capacities and always checked. Like the worst part would be that the safety checks are proving that AI is neglecting its original prompts of saying, we like keep it non-singularity, don't make your own decisions. You need to respond to a chief person or it's a very interesting world where we're heading into. All right, moving into more on chain. Pippin, which very much falls under the category of AI, which was before the whole Claude token went kind of viral as well. I just opened up a big short on this because the market looks like it is hopefully going to correct a little bit lower. What we have here is a crimed coin, Craig. We spoke about this literally, I think it was yesterday. We spoke about how very much this is bundled. As you can see here, some beautiful artwork here on the bundles and some huge whale wallets as well, owning a high amount of the supply. And without really controlling supply these days, you really do see tokens suffer. So for me, this is a huge swing failure pattern that hopefully I do see play out very much, correct this to the downside, and hopefully I can short this and make a few hundred, if not maybe $1,000 on this specific trade. High risk, as always. But for me, I like this, and I want to short this to zero, Craig. What do you think? What are you thinking, mate?
Woo! Send it, boys. Short squeeze, Greenie. That looks like it looks like a top, dude. Although with meme coins, AI coins, meme coins.
Yeah.
It should dump hard, but you just never know, do you, if someone sends this. But it looks toppy, famous last words. I remember if you rewind to 2023, they said Bitcoin Puppets looks toppy, and it went to 0.5 Bitcoin on the Bodongo show. Shit, that was good footage, man. So I'm scared to use the word looks toppy, but it looks heavy. It looks heavy. It looks like people want to take some profit there to me. It looks like distribution's about to occur, Greenie. So timber.
Hopefully that is distribution already, and then we don't get a retest, but distribution, then back to fair value.
Where are you shorting this?
Hey?
Where are you shorting this bad boy?
On Bybit, guys. You can check it out. I'll chuck it in the chat. Hold on. I'll chuck it in the chat.
Put it in. Feed them. No, that looks... I mean, it is pretty cool that Bybit allows you to short these, dude. In all seriousness, excuse the shill. That is fun, right? Like, be careful, not financial advice, but geez. Meme coins, really, I'm going to say mostly if you had shorted, you probably would have... I would have made a lot more money than actually trading them, dude. Like... I mean, they all go to zero. So
they all go to zero, Craig.
Time it, you should always win shorting a meme coin, shouldn't you? Like, show me one that over time hasn't gone down.
Pippin is the one example of this. But I mean, if you look at this, this looks crimed as hell. Like, I mean, this reaction here, like this whole breakup high here is pretty crazy when you think about this most recent move from sort of the 6th of Feb over the last 2 weeks. So I hope, I hope I print on this short, baby. I've dropped the Bybit link in the chat. You get up to a 30K deposit bonus if you sign up with that link, guys. So that's, I mean, you cannot beat that anywhere across the globe. And if you join GTG, we have a monthly trading competition that gives away up to $10,000 cash to our community for those people who are in our monthly Bybit competition. So let me have a look. Let me bring that up right now. There's only 7 people in here. So if you trade, you meet the criteria, then you're literally walking away with cash every single month. Cash right now. The leader right now is up $1,000 because they are winning the competition. Even some person is down to 83%, even though they've lost some money, they are still walking away with $50 reward. So highly recommend checking out the GTG community because we're giving away. Craig, you need to jump on this. Like these it's a good way to learn. Good way to learn. Good way to learn too.
Put a little kitty there and play around. Yeah, I do need to. I thought I gave myself a stern talking to yesterday, and I was like, dude, you got to start doing your perps trading / learnings. And so I'm going to be doing that a bit today. I'm going to hit the books a little bit and just start to refresh myself. It's been a long time, dude, since I opened that up. Probably, I want to say 2 years almost. So
that's crazy.
I am looking forward to going back to it, man, because I must admit yesterday, I'm craving learning. And I am missing the thrill of when I first got into crypto and I was just digesting so much information I was learning. I'm missing that. And I sort of felt that, yes, I was like, man, you don't want to stop learning. You don't want to stop learning. And to keep yourself excited in this space, you got to take on new information, add new tools to your tool belt. I mean, we spoke about this in GTG a bit. People saying, what can you do in a bear market? What can you do? And one of the only things you can do apart from short probably or scalp trade is perps trading. Learn a new skill, learn a new money making skill. And probably what's the best one in a bear market? One of the best, I think, of financial advice. I can't make, because I'm a spot trader, I can't make money on the way down. That's not how my trading style works. So that's a chink in my armor. I guess the important thing is to recognize that and then address it. So let's start addressing that today. So as we continue the streams throughout, I mean, probably the good thing for the viewers is I can talk about my journey in being new to that on stream, which will be quite cool, I think, for people. Obviously, you're very experienced. You're good at, I suppose, in explaining things, and then it might be good for the viewers to have me, the retard, trying to fumble my way around. So that might be interesting for people to go on that journey for a little bit and see how I either make money or get destroyed. So that's what I'm going to do today. Actually get stuck into that. I needed a kick in the ass. I gave myself one yesterday, and I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to be able to, I don't fear a bear market, but I would like to make money in it. And I am currently not, and I don't want to try catch runners on memes, dude. Like it's too limited. It's very hard to time. It's quite stressful. And while it's fun, I'd rather come back to memes when it's just easy, when it's super easy. Everyone on the timeline's putting up stupid P&Ls. That's a better time to be playing that game. So yeah, pretty excited to get into that, dude. But just looking at that chart there makes me think, I need to get into it because that's just gagging to go down, isn't it? So pretty excited there.
Yeah, no, you spoke perfectly about that. Like a bear market is the time for me as an ecosystem leader to build and to educate. And for other people out there, it's a time to find a community that's consistent and still going, but also learn. Because in a bull market or in a transition period from a bear to a bull, you lose the time to learn because you're executing and you're being in those positions live, and all the work you do before that is how you then execute and know that you can execute with confidence and feel comfortable in positions, not be as emotional. We teach all of this in the GTG ecosystem. So yeah, that's my goal, and I love to hear it, mate. It'd be great to we should have a little segment every day, maybe 10 minutes every day on the show of like a learning strategy around perps and or
it'll certainly keep me honest as well, dude. If I have to do that, which is good, right? You need a bit of pressure. Pressure's good.
But just trading understanding, like what to look for, like why am I short here, and why wasn't I, like why am I not long here, for example? Because a lot of viewers might not even understand the term long and short, right? So we can definitely talk on that in future episodes. Moving over to AI specifically in crypto, Tao very much battling here at this weekly order block. If I just zoom out a little bit further, we are looking for a reclaim here, because then that would actually show me that this was a deviation below the range, and potentially we do see a rally back towards middle of 2026. But Tao is essentially the real opportunist, let's call it, of AI. It's up 23.5% in just the past week. This is your blockchain crypto play for AI, in my opinion. The only one really coming to the forefront, maybe Near Protocol could be up there as well. But basically, it is an open source protocol that powers a decentralized blockchain-based machine learning network. So basically, it's integrating AI as well as blockchain technology into a trustless, open, and transparent context, right? That's the key point there. So I don't know, Craig, have you ever looked into AI specifically on-chain or AI protocols such as Tau or Near Protocol at all? Because this really could be something that could cook in future years. And I just think the chart may be showing still a little bit of weakness here. We could easily come back up here, reject from here, and come back lower and set a new lower low. But this is arguably where the world is heading. It's up 23% in just the past week. That's arguably one of the stronger bounces that we've seen. What are you thinking about that specifically right now?
I did look at it a little bit. I kind of thought at first when these were coming out as a bit of a gimmick to tie crypto to AI. So in other words, what I mean by that is just creating a token for the sake of it to make a raise for the team. Is it really required, et cetera, et cetera? Maybe that's a bit of a naive thinking by me, possibly. But certainly if there's a marriage between the two, dude, it's made in heaven. Like, I probably should invest possibly just because of the narrative, not because of the actual tech being, because let's face it, we've seen this happen before in crypto 1,000 times. Tech means almost nothing, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't really mean much. Price goes up on narrative, on rumor, rather than on actual fundamentals. So yes, I should probably start to look at this more in the bear market as well, start to really look for some great opportunities. Some of these are going to run a lot harder than they should just because of AI being attached to it, man. So I agree. This is probably where the big gains could be in the next run is in AI, the fusion of the two. Yeah. It's kind of the perfect storm because you got all your AI geeks, you got your crypto geeks, you put them together. It could go pretty ballistic. And we kind of did see that happen anyway. It's not like I'm saying anything new. We saw AI stuff run half the bull run. So it's not like I'm ahead of the curve. I'm just definitely recognizing that there's massive opportunities here. It just always seemed a bit hollow to me, but does that matter? Does it matter? Not really. If you can make money, who cares, man?
And that's, I mean, that it's funny you say narrative because one of the 4 steps of the GTG framework I've built actually is narrative. And narrative can sometimes, I was writing it yesterday in one of the learning modules, it's pretty rare, but sometimes you can take a trade just on narrative, just on fundamentals, excluding price structure and what's happening, it is rare, but I think that is a great example of it. Another example would be kind of me top blasting White Whale at 19 million because it was just so obvious that the timeline was not exposed to this. There was so much good volume in that. It was well distributed. It was well farmed. in terms of engagement. So I was like, yeah, that's where price structure didn't really give me my usual entry, but I walked away with the 3x and it ran on to run a 10x from 19 million, right? So there are occasions to the rule where narrative doesn't necessarily, or structure doesn't necessarily need to be required, but it's pretty rare. If you want to be consistent and make money in crypto, you do usually need to follow the GTG framework that I've designed. And I'm not going to disclose the full framework here on stream. Check it out. Now, moving on. Yes, it's really, sorry, that's the wrong tab. There we go. The OpenSea, Craig, yeah, I literally quote tweeted this as my GM post this morning. Now, March 30th is Greeny's birthday, guys. So they will be.
Let's go. I'm a March baby. Let's go.
March baby as well.
My birthday. Yeah, on March 22nd. Let's go.
No, March 30. So looks like they'll be announcing something. Craig, I think they're going to delay their TGA. If they have any smartness about them, they will delay TGA. The reason the market is horrible time. All the tokens that have launched in the last 6 months, even a year, are literally going to zero. The question, though, remains. They have publicly announced that they will launch TGE in Q1 2026. The issue is that they keep extracting. They keep going with these new waves saying, yeah, let's just go about this wave and let's farm the users even more. Let's farm even more volume. Let's farm even more points. Bro, it's a bear market. Like, stop that shit and launch your token. So, Craig, I don't know. Do you think OpenSea is going to launch a TGE in Q1 like they have publicly advertised? Or is this an event to say, due to market conditions, we're going to delay our product or our TGE even more? What do you think?
Oh man, if they delay it, I just don't know what the sentiment's going to be. Oh, I do. It'll be horrendous. Like if they delay this further, I mean, it was the 1 year anniversary last week for their first post saying they're doing a token.
No way, bro.
They haven't launched. They announced the token a year ago and farmed all of us for a year. If they delay it, oh man. But then, like you said, oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait to find out. Yeah, can't wait to find out. Horrendous, terrible. I think they need to launch, dude.
It does say next wave is coming. Wave 6 is coming. Is that going to be the last wave heading into the end of March? I haven't even really bought anything recently on OpenSea, so I think I'll be on the 5th or the 4th tier for the last. But I mean, if they launch, I hope I make 10 to 25,000 US dollars. If they don't launch, this gets fudded to zero. Like, how can you con people? How can you get these CT profiles, hire them, con people for like a whole year saying, yeah, no, it's coming, delay. Keep farming users when all you've done is create volume on a platform for years already. And you would have they would surely have billions of dollars in their treasury, if not hundreds of millions in their treasury. Oh, Craig, they have to launch. If they but I mean, okay, let's do two scenarios here. One, they launch. Where does it come out? You would assume it has to come out at multiple billions of FEG. They would have to tokenize it in a gamified way or in terms of a vesting period where to put sell pressure, do what Spencer did with Moonbird token, where they have to do something to sustain price action. If they don't, this dumps. Like, I will open up a 10 grand short on OpenSea if they literally don't have vesting periods, or if they have full unlocks from day one, which they really should in theory, because this round has been around for like 5 years. I don't know, Craig. This is crazy to me. Like, they have to launch. If they don't launch, what happens? NFTs die because no one even you could say even some of the volume is still incentivized because OpenSea has a TGE coming soon. You could in theory say that.
Yeah, very much. They've kind of backed themselves into a corner. Is that the last day of the month? Well, how many days in March?
31.
Okay, so day before.
Yeah.
Okay. So they could actually have the announcement. Oh, man. Will they have the announcement on the 30th saying we're launching on the 31st? Because they said launch Q1, yeah?
Yeah, they could.
I mean, wow. For us, good time for a stimmy. That's because we're all going to sell. I'm like, whatever I get, I would dump immediately to buy the Bitcoin bottom, man. Like, why would you hold any token in a bear market?
Why would you hold an NFT platforms token? Hey, we spoke about Magic Eden. I walked away 17 grand. How much did you walked away with 8 grand? It's down 90%. And they said, yes, stakers will get rewards. Yeah, you might, if you staked for like the first month or two, you probably walked away okay. But lots of people locked up for longer periods of time there, and then it dumped and dumped and dumped and dumped. And look at it now; it's at 0. Like, and it will go even lower. Like, that's the crazy thing. I will sell my OpenSea airdrop. I would assume and hope I get at least 5 figures. Anything less than 5 figures, and what a joke! What a rinse that they have done, because 50% of these rewards have come back to me, and honestly, they're horrific. Like, I put thousands of dollars on volume, and even in the first season, I think I did tens of that, like 50K. Like, I did huge purchases and I got like 2 grand back. So I was like, geez, that's not good. So I was like, hold on, foot off the accelerator, stop using this just to farm an airdrop, because I mean, you would hope the airdrop is bigger than the wave distributions. But Craig, I don't know. If I don't get 5 figures, I'd be so disappointed, because I spent time and money. I obviously have older wallets that I would obviously have to try and find and attach to the whole process. That's going to be a journey in itself, from 21, from 2020, from bloody 2022 and 2023. But I don't know. I would hope across all the cumulative wallets that I have and using this ecosystem for a long time, that I would hope I would at least be 20 grandish or more. But we're in such bearish conditions. So like you say, man, if there's low liquidity on the token, then it's going to be hard to sell as well. So very interesting to see what happens in this last wave, and with their announcement on March 30th. So moving on to the next topic, Craig, I'll let you talk about this one. Kevin O'Leary wins $2.8 million in a defamation judgment against crypto influencer Ben Bitboy Armstrong. Pretty hilarious. Here's the takeaways. I'll hand it over to you, Craig.
Yeah, I think it was something to do with, did he accuse him of killing someone? Yeah, there we go. The ruling stems from a post Armstrong made in March 25, falsely accusing O'Leary of murder in connection with a 2019 boating accident. Yeah, not great. My understanding, just from when I read the article last night, Bitboy didn't turn up to court either. Or I don't know. I mean, is he in jail now?
I don't know. That guy fell off the rails.
I haven't seen him on the timeline. I'm not sure if he's in jail or out of jail, where he is right now. 2.8 million though, man. That'll wreck a man. So I'm guessing he's now broke as well, which I think Bitboy probably was hurting a bit financially of late. What a fall from grace, man. That guy had the whole...
He had the world. He had the crypto industry at his fingertips, Craig. Is that greed?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I think he just got a bit carried away and started drinking too much of his own Kool-Aid, man. And then you add a healthy drug addiction to it, and things can go pretty pear-shaped. Obviously, then you had a wife and kids, ended up playing up on her, from what I can tell. And it's quite sad. It's quite sad, actually. It is sad, because unfortunately, we all got a live view of a guy falling apart in real time. So that kind of sucks. Interesting to watch, but from a human perspective, not so great. But a lesson in probably don't say things that you can't back up. That's why you got to be pretty careful when you're streaming how you word things. And you can't just say what you think sometimes, because you got to think of the ramifications, especially trying to take on someone like Kevin O'Leary. Someone with lots of money is going to take big status
and power. Yeah, odd way to go about it, I thought.
Obviously, it was clickbait. He got a lot of attention from it. Bitboy's brand kind of towards the end definitely ran off controversy. And yeah, it's sad, dude. All in all, it's pretty sad. Probably a lesson to all of us not to let fame go to your head. And probably try to keep a healthy lifestyle is another one. With all that money, just... eat well, go to the gym, stick with your wife and kids, don't play around with silly girls, don't do drugs, kids. Probably a good don't do drugs campaign there if you want to.
Sounds like my year 9 HBE classes I used to teach back in the day, Craig.
Yeah, man, there's lots of lessons in his story. watch out for fast girls, watch out for drugs, don't let the money go to your head. Yeah, poor dude, man, poor dude. But hey, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen to him. He's pretty screwed, I'm guessing now. I wonder if I'd love it if he made a comeback, man, and cleaned up and came back and, a feel-good story. Crypto probably needs a feel-good story. I think we're going to see more and more and more of these stories as time goes by.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
Thank you, Cryo.
Moving on to the next topic, Polymarket investor Vitalik Buterin, who is the creator of Ethereum, for those people that maybe don't know that, warned that prediction markets are over-converging towards short-term betting and risk collapsing during bear markets. Buterin, so Vitalik, proposed replacing the current speculative model with AI-powered hedging tools that help users offset real-world costs like housing, food, and transportation. That's very interesting. Buterin himself, a Polymarket investor, suggested personalized prediction market baskets could eventually replace stablecoins and fiat currency altogether. This is basically what? Hedging against your wealth? I don't know, Greg. Like, how do you interpret this article in terms of replacing stablecoins and fiat currencies altogether? Like, I'm a bit confused by that aspect itself. What's your interpretation of that?
I don't understand that. I don't understand how it replaces fiat.
Yeah.
Like, hang on.
Offset real world costs, as in, like,
how?
If you make money, I'm confused by that because it's a prediction. It's betting. Prediction markets are betting. They're just betting with more liquidity because you can change in and out. It's not the house. It's more decentralized, right? Because there's liquidity books. There's liquidity infrastructure inbuilt, and obviously that depends on how much is added to that specific market. So I don't know, Craig. What are your thoughts here? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he means. Perhaps he means you can use prediction markets as a way to make money. It's a bit confusing, that headline. Yeah, I've got no idea, man. Obviously, he's an investor in the thing that he's criticizing.
Yeah.
But he's then saying what it could do rather than what it's doing. Weird article. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, how it will replace fiat.
It is. Yeah, it's an odd take. I mean, that guy has had a few odd takes in the past. I assume the reaction is coming after Polymarket introduced Bitcoin up-down markets over a 5-minute period. So basically, you can predict what Bitcoin will do over a 5-minute period every time of the day. And you can obviously add predictions to that specifically and try and win money on Polymarket. Craig, I mean, wouldn't this just be like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're just gambling now. It's like, well, that's kind of what scalp traders would be doing anyway. It's just now they're embedding it into prediction markets. So if you're on this market specifically for predictions, if you don't have a fundamental trading analysis or technical analysis of how markets move, candle structure, patterns, indicators, price analysis, volume analysis, all these sort of things, you really should avoid doing these sort of markets. Stick to a lane where you maybe have an edge, because if you don't have an edge, you are frankly just gambling. And there's nothing short of that. You are simply gambling, Craig.
Yeah, I guess this is a way to get people into perps without them knowing they're in perps. And without them understanding perhaps that you should have an understanding of TA. Because it's so easy to do. Interesting. I mean, I guess it's up to the user to use their discretion, what they're comfortable doing. But is this a good or bad thing? I don't think so. I think options are great. Freedom of choice is great. What are your thoughts? You're a perps trader. Does something like this make you sick?
I mean, it would, like, if I was on Polymarket, I'd be on there, because I would have an advantage. I have an edge because I can read markets and I can scalp trade if I wanted to. But it would just go back to, like, the fees. I mean, the fees, the liquidity would be an issue because there probably isn't a lot of liquidity on these books specifically. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it specifically. Why not just scalp trade on Bybit? Like, that's what I would do. Like, rather than gambling with, and leverage as well. Like, you can change your leverage. So you change your risk, whereas this is just very much one risk, depending on your entry and exit, on what price does in that 5-minute period. I don't know. Good. I mean, again, that's one mindset, a trader's mindset. The other mindset is as a business owner, yeah, no brain. Dude, get that shit on the platform. Farm users, farm volume, get people losing money. That is the whole purpose of your platform. That is why your poly market will come out at billions later this year as a TG, because so many people are using it. Prediction market volume is at all-time high still. Do you think that narrative ends? When the incentives of an airdrop TGE ends, Craig, for all of these platforms, okay? Do you think the volume sustains because it's in stablecoins, or do you think the volume subsides? What do you think?
Say that again.
Do you think once the incentive of Polymarket TG, airdrop, Kalshi, bloody myriad markets, all of them, right? Limitless. Once they have a TG and their token is launched, do you think that once people get paid out from that, because a lot of these crypto bros are just crypto bros and they'll just move on to the next meta, they're just farming the airdrop. Once the airdrops go live, do you think that actually hurts the platforms longer term with volume? Because previously, before they really, particularly Polymarket, before they really announced that they were launching a token, it was very much only predictions on the US presidency that had dominant, consistent volume, okay? Anything outside of that had no real consistent volume. Sure, it was early. Sure, their marketing hadn't ramped up to where we see it today. They didn't have as many users or active addresses on the platform, and it's growing naturally across multiple social media platforms and understanding. I mean, they just did ads as well. They just they partnered with that guy at the Grammys last week. So for me, Craig, I think it would potentially tarnish the volume on the platform once the TGEs and the airdrops go live. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same. I think once you take the TGA and the incentive away, a lot of the more exotic ones probably fall off. Maybe the main ones stay. That are easy for people to comprehend and digest versus the exotic bets. Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think it probably does. We've seen that happen across NFTs. Everywhere there's an incentive to extract, we'll be there, right? So I just think about myself with the TGE. I'm definitely more like with myriad markets. I was there to farm abstract XP and hopefully copper their TGE. I don't know what's happening with them. They've kind of gone a bit quiet on that front. I don't know if they're rather looking to sell the platform prior to a TGE, or something like that. But no, I do think when that incentive is removed, you probably could see a pretty large decrease in volume. In saying that, is this becoming kind of a cultural thing now, where is it so big now, perhaps, that people will continue to use it? Is this the new sports betting?
Yeah, I mean, the issue still is you still have to create a Web3 wallet, or you have to deposit money onto a Web3 platform, right? It's not as simple as just like as simple as like sports betting where you can cash straight to your bank account. I mean, I'm sure you can with like MoonPay and whatnot, but for the common crypto person, as if they're not going to their bank, they're taking it to a wallet, probably gambling it somewhere else on chain on a meme coin or on an NFT or something, right? So until it is streamlined specifically and primarily with just fiat, then potentially it could. And I mean that I am aware that they already have that across multiple platforms, but that's not the primary function. This is still a crypto asset. This is still a crypto platform, right? So yeah, I would say this is something to be aware of. I mean, no brainer if you've been farming it. Like shout out to Kicks and Easy and stuff like that. Surely they cook. Surely they get an absolute huge airdrop in the future. Myriad Markets has been quiet. I've stepped away from prediction markets, not because I haven't been enjoying it. I've been building GTG, but more to the point of my accountants like stop like your abstract chains accounting and history. It's just an absolute nightmare because it's obviously an EVM compatible chain, but it hasn't talked to the platform that I use. So it kind of like gave me a bit of maybe I should step away. The liquidity went down a little bit. Opportunity in markets went down a little bit. So I actually haven't been doing any of that on chain. I've been trying to actually keep my digital footprint off a bit. I'm trying to keep my transactions down so I don't have to pay thousands more, because my accountant will have thousands more transactions to justify and to analyze. So yeah, it's a big one. We obviously do know that they do want to launch a token. I know multiple platforms, but if you're building a product like this, maybe not Polymarket, but maybe the other ones. I mean, maybe I should reach out to Farouk once they announce some things. But Yeah, it'd be interesting. Like, I assume he wants to get acquired. Like, it makes no sense for them not to try and get acquired, whether it's by one of the other competitors, or whether it's by someone else. That would probably be the dream, right? All businesses, well, not all businesses, but most businesses, their acquisition, as Buddy Hormozy has gone giga viral for over the last sort of decade or so, like, that is the end goal of most businesses, right? Is acquisition. Last comment on that? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think, and that's what I thought Myriad's probably going for when they went a bit quiet for a while. And they still kind of are gone a bit quiet about that. So, yeah, I think you'll probably see volume start to decrease. But then, man, I don't know. Maybe this is a cultural trend in a way that gambling is starting to.
Yeah.
Maybe it's evolving into this and will become more and more mainstream. I think it probably will. I think people want this. Like you said, it just has to have easy on-ramps for fiat and things like that. The only thing is the crypto bros will probably be resistant to that for the tax implications. So it's an interesting divide because I don't think the crypto people will necessarily want the fiat on-ramp and off-ramp, but to get retail, you'll need it. So, and I guess retail is much larger than crypto. So I guess appealing to normal retail like my friends who sports bet. It's a big market, dude. This is a massive market. It's just who captures it and how they do it.
Let's talk about that because we spoke about this previously. Let's look at actual live footage right now of how many people are currently watch people gambling or bet or whatever. So 67,000 people right now on Kick are watching slots and casino. That is literally the fourth biggest category on the entire platform. More people are watching this than any of these top games, okay, over on the far side here, and that's on Kick. Let's go to Twitch on the entire platform. More people are watching this than any of these top games, okay, in terms of on the far side gaming, that's on Kick. But they also go to Twitch, okay, gambling on that platform. More people are watching this than any of them on the list, right, in terms of Overwatch, the gaming, that's on Kick. Let's go to Valorant, on that becoming that platform, Craig. 67,000 people, man. Oh, wait, can you hear the audio? Which audio?
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
Wait, which
that
audio?
Was crazy. Yeah, it was like repeating what you said, but times like 1,000 greenies.
Wait, what? I swear I muted the tabs. That's better
now. No, that was wait till you hear that back. That was wild. You're good
Sorry,
now. That was like a bad dream. That was funny.
Yeah.
So is it still loud? I'll turn it off there.
No, it's good now.
Sorry, but Twitch doesn't obviously have it. As you can see here, guys, Twitch doesn't obviously promote gambling, whereas Kick is very much that platform that you can come and gamble your life away in front of viewers. Up to 67,000 people live right now watching people gamble, Craig. That is like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? I'm sorry, but why are you, like, if you click on this, like, why on earth are you watching people gamble? Like, that is just horrific. Absolutely crazy, man. Like, look at this. And like, why is this so, oh, dude, it breaks my heart that this is, and it's a huge industry in Australia. It's sports betting, horse racing, so much in Australia, billions of dollars wasted every year. We have literal promos after the ad saying, if you have a problem, call this helpline for free. Like, that just tells you everything you need to know, man. But as we said, this conversation becomes after the prediction market model. Is this a worry, Craig, that the world is just heading into this gambling nature? It's just so prevalent. It's in your face these days compared to when, I mean, I went to college, I went to uni, and yeah, you'd throw $5 on a punt. You go to the casino, waste $50 in a night and go, you idiot, you shouldn't have done that. But it's just so in your face these days, Craig. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a sign of the times. And I think what I mean by that is people are down pretty bad. So I think when people are down bad, they look for hope in things, e.g. in countries where there's more poverty, religion tends to be more prevalent. So South Africa, where I'm from, most people are religious, Christian, and other things there. And I think that stems from having no hope. And if you have no hope, you either look above and you're like, please help me. And you look at other people. So perhaps people are looking to find joy from other people getting an earn, which is really crazy to me because that's not going to help you. And I mean, I hit a stage in my life where I realized no one's going to help me. I have to help me.
Exactly.
No one's going to save me. you got to save yourself. Watching these, I would encourage all the viewers, if you are watching these, limit them as much as you can and try and learn an actual skill, not gambling. So trading probably that you can replicate. Because the only problem with gambling, not the only problem, but one of the problems, the only problem with gambling, one of the problems is you can't replicate a strategy. Oh, you can in blackjack. Look, some people are going to argue with me, and with blackjack, there's mathematical. Yes, but most people can't do that.
There's probability, right? There's probability. Yeah.
As we've seen with investing with crypto, most people aren't very good at probability, man. Otherwise, we'd all be retired. Check wiki for public crypto. I forgot what I was even talking about. Yeah, gambling. Yes, I think it's a sign of the times. I think people are down bad. I think they're looking for hope, and I'm guessing they think their only way out is to hit big on a gamble or a meme coin. That's probably why meme coins are so big, because people want that. They're trying to escape where they are, and I guess hitting a 5x on Bitcoin is too small for them. I think what people are missing, though, and this is what I spoke to Eli about this recently, is I said, why don't you just make your focus to last 2 to 3 cycles and just 5x your Bitcoin 3 times, 5x, or go do it rather like this, 5x, 3x, 2x in your calculations over 3 cycles, and you work out your money over those periods. You actually end up making quite a lot, but it will take anywhere between, say, 8 to 12 years. But then someone like him he's a pretty young man, so 12 years, man, to financially set yourself up potentially for life.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, people want wealth. They want to get rich quick now. You look, like, lotteries, it's so prevalent in Australia. I mean, I buy lottery tickets from time to time, but like, people want it now. There's no patience in the world, particularly this generation that's coming up. There's no discipline in the world. There's no consistency. That this because of the way that society has gone, Craig, and because of phones, right? You can literally just click this, and I can literally in 2 seconds, I could put a prompt into ChatGPT. I don't even have to type it anymore. I can literally just go blah, 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 and it'll shoot me out a full detailed report of what I exactly need within the space of 2 minutes. Convenience has become a huge thing. Look at Uber Eats, look at Uber itself, okay? People don't even need to go outside to online shop anymore. They can just sit at home and do nothing. Social media is prevalent. Okay, people farm views. People want likes. You only see the happiest part of people's lives, when a lot of the time they're probably not even happy because they're trying to live for other people's satisfaction. Group chats are all online these days rather than catching up in person. It's pretty depressing where the world is heading. And it's so evident how lucky you, particularly, you're a little bit older than me, but even me, who got to grow up on the brink of technology. So you got aspects of pre-technology, era. So I was a 95 baby. So over that period of like 95 through to about early sort of 2000s, there was no real technology. Look, we had a PS2. That was amazing. You had to wait, like, even just that process of sitting, waiting for it to load into the actual product, like it load into the platform. What do I call it? The console. Waiting for the console to load, waiting for the game to go. You put the CD in. Okay, same with iPods as well. Your Nano. You couldn't just randomly select or search what you wanted. You had to just play it and just wait for it to come on your song. You can next it or go back. But I'm so lucky to be on the brink of both, because I see both sides, but I worry about the future. And as a teacher previously, like, you saw it firsthand in schools, where it's just like no one has resilience, no one has discipline, no one wants to work it hard anymore. They just want things in their fingertips, because that's what life, society has given us right now. Like, you got everything. You go out to that TV right now, you could probably find whatever movie has ever been released, pay for it really quickly and watch it, right? Like, you never got that. If you wanted to, back in the 2000s, Craig, if you wanted to have a movie, you had to wait till it came on the TV. You had to get your VHS. Okay, people don't even know what that is these days. Kids don't even know what that is. A VHS, put it in there, record it manually, and then stop it so that you can record that movie. That's how I watched the Titanic and Star Wars back in the day, is because I recorded it manually and didn't record the ads, but recorded the movie, then would watch it. The quality was horrific, but it gave you it's crazy where the world is heading, and it's depressing, because gambling and all of this is really becoming the forefront of what society finds entertainment in these days, Craig.
It's true.
I don't
Human
even
nature.
use TikTok, Mark. I don't even use TikTok for those exact reasons.
Yeah, neither do I. I try. Yeah, no, not personally anyway. Human nature always comes to the forefront, and I guess we love gambling in our nature. It's interesting psychologically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're complex creatures, man, but I guess we're pretty simple as well. And we all tend to crave. You're a Betamax guy. What was Betamax? Was that the cassette tapes?
What's a Betamax? I don't know what
I
that
think
is.
those were a different kind of tape, a smaller, thicker tape, if
Is
I'm
that
right.
like for your car? Oh no, that's like I know these. I know these. These are old school like yeah. Well,
Is it a
I
different
mean
kind of cassette tape?
yeah. No, like VHS. Like so basically like
Yeah.
basically old school VHS where you put in like a small one and you could record. Yeah. So just
Yeah,
a variant
brilliant.
of that. Yeah, a variant of that. Kids these days would look at this and go, "What the hell is that piece of trash, Craig?"
So good. So good. Yeah, I never had a Betamax, but you would have been
No,
a
neither.
king for a while.
All right, last topic today before we end the stream, guys, is a real crisis potentially happening. IRL is okay, so Betamax is pre VHS. Okay, so it's
I
the
do
one
remember it. I remember that being like what the rich people had. Like if that was like the better tech of VHS from memory. But then I think VHS ended up taking over. I must have been, I guess, marketing, and they were better market fit. I can't remember. Yeah, that's in the 80s, I think, where I'm around, maybe 80s, 90s. I do remember it. We weren't rich enough to have it, but I do remember it. It was good times.
simpler times, Greg. Simpler times.
Housing
Okay,
prices. What are we doing here?
let's talk about this. Last topic today. We spoke about yesterday the Mag 7, Craig, and how this chart here looks very, very bearish. Okay, you've got a structure break here. You've got to change your character and price. This is your top tech companies in alignment with topish signals across the market. The S&P 500, gold, silver, crypto already playing out towards the downside. Lots of stocks going down. Energy's holding up okay. Obviously, very different sort of trade specifically. But growth is suffering, okay? Value is becoming a forefront of 2026. But the US house price history, Craig, if we have a look here, it is reaching a new bubble level as well. If you align this with the Australian property market, it is very similar. If not, it would be actually even more aggressive to the upside in Australia. Australia is probably a different conversation here compared to the US, okay? They both have different issues that could see the housing market pop, okay? Very different. Like US, very much debt and that side of the world. Australia is very much more of a supply demand. It would be an affordability crisis probably in Australia that would disrupt the market, not necessarily the alternative. So, Craig, I wanted to get your opinion as a homeowner. I am in the final stages of becoming a homeowner. Just a few queries that we're tidying up with building and pest. But do you think the bubble pops? I mean, the US, we can't comment on that. We're not from the US. We're from Australia. If you couldn't tell that by our accents and haven't been watching the show for long enough, we obviously have a very different way of life over here, a very different sort of ecosystem when it comes to property. Boomer generation are very rich with property because they just recycle debt as the value of their properties keep going up. And that's how the wealth have got wealthier. What is your opinion here, Craig? Because I know you religiously follow the Bazzino brothers, fellow Australian creators who touch on crypto, who touch on property, who touch on cyclical nature of every sort of assets. And as you can see here, 2025, 2026, peak and collapse, major recession. There's a lot of rumors out there that we could be very much front running a recession right now. And I mean, if you look at the Mag 7, you look at crypto, you look at the S&P 500, you look at gold, you look at silver, there's a lot that could collapse and have a very bearish year, and if not very bearish period for a couple of years, Craig. First question, are you worried? And two, how are you positioning for this?
Cash is king. Yes. How am I positioning for it? Well, I'm trying to make as much money as I can. So if the property market pulls back, I can upgrade really. So whether that means flipping my house or trying to keep my house and going to the next new one, I'm not too sure. That's something I need to work out over the next few months. Actually, it's funny you bring that up. I started to think about it more recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at all the data and looking at how everything's topping at the same time, it would make sense for the property market to have a pullback.
Mhm.
It makes sense. Looking at that, it makes sense. Looking at that shows you that it does
Yeah.
have a pullback going off the 2006 bubble. Are we there yet? I think soon, man. I think
Yeah.
soon. I don't know. It's hard as a homeowner to strategically be able to do anything because obviously with all the taxes and stamp duty we're going to pay you, the government have almost what looks like tried to do whatever they can to stop you making money flipping. Because they erode your profits by taxes. So if I wasn't so much into conspiracies, Greenie, I dare say that the laws have been set up to stop people being able to make money by flipping homes if they're in the middle class. But do I think the property market's coming down? Yes, I do. When I don't know. Do I think it's soon? Yes. I think it's going to come down with everything else.
In the US and Australia, worldwide, what are you thinking?
Worldwide, I think we're talking averages here.
Okay.
So I think the property market cycle, I think the US obviously leads a lot of it, but there'll be trickle down to Australia. Maybe we'll be buffered a bit, and obviously there's going to be suburbs and cities that fare better,
Hotspots.
Hotspots. But I think on average we're going to see a pullback. How big the pullback is will be determined by your location, but it's due. I think it's due. I think it's probably healthy, and it will allow possibly new people to enter the market, which is healthy. For a homeowner like me, I'm up 3x. So if it goes from 3, I mean, look, the reality is, man, if it pulls back 50%, I'm up 250 to 2.5x.
Yeah.
Give or take. I don't know if my math's right on that. I have to double check. If it halved 700, no, I'd be up a bit less than that, but I'd still be up. I'll be up about 0.5, around there, 0.5 to 1. So I'm pretty well buffered. Hey, look, someone like you, you're buying. Say you buy at the top. Do you care? Like as far as I know you'll care, but what can you do?
Yeah.
What
It's
can you
like,
do?
and you like the location of where we're buying is so premium. And actually, since we have settled, there has been only like a handful of new properties come on in this location. So even the increase of rates has seen a drop in opportunity of potential new houses up in this
Gotcha.
region. So, no, I think me and you live in very premium locations. I
Yeah.
think we might have a correction, maybe market wide, globally, internationally, Australia potentially. But I think the southeast corner specifically of Queensland will continue to do okay. I think even if we see a correction, I think it'll probably go sideways, even a little bit of growth because of just the premium nature of this like climate, of this way of life, of this location in Australia, halfway between pretty much everywhere. The climate's one of the best in the country. We obviously have the Olympics in however long was it,
Mhm.
2032 or 2030 from memory.
Yeah.
2032 it must be. Yeah, 2032. So 6 years we have the Olympics. Naturally, Sydney went crazy in the 2000 Olympics. The property market went crazy there. So you've still got so much upside here. I mean, where I live, particularly the amount of migrants that are coming from interstate, the amount of migrants that are coming from overseas to the southeast corner of Queensland, Craig. So for me, I know we could be buying the top at least in a short period of time, but do I think this sort of trade in a sense ages pretty well? I would say yes. And I think if you're looking at the state of the market, if you're looking at what we spoke about yesterday, where else are you going to allocate X amount of money? The lucky part of what I do is that we can be flexible with my salary. We can be flexible with how we approach different trades because right now, as we've disclosed, like I think cash is king. And I think cash is king very much deep into 2026 because I think a lot of assets have to reprice to a fair value because they're just so overextended. They're exhausted. They've been parabolic literally since maybe a short correction in the tariff dip, maybe a bigger correction in 2022. But the biggest correction has not been seen outside the black swan event of COVID. We have not seen a huge correction on the S&P, the Mag 7, like even like other assets as well since 2009 after the global financial crisis. So everything has been in a bull market from then. At some point there has to be some like form of correction. And I mean the interesting part about Australia, Craig, is that every time I go to the bank, a new buyer goes to the bank, they create money, right? They create money out of nothing, right? It's you go to the bank, you say, I want to buy this house. This is the amount that we want to deposit. And they go, yeah, here's some borrowed money for you. That is not money that they have sitting in the bank, Craig. They just create money out of thin air, and essentially just leverage that. Like banks, like they'll become more tighter as rates go up. That's how it works. But it's very interesting because I do think we do start to. There's a lot of factors at play, and we talk about that on the show. And massive shout out to Wealth Creator as well, who's supported the channel for a long time. Good to see you back, legend. But he says currency is being devalued like we have never seen as well. And we spoke about that. Like the Aussie dollar is up 10% against the US dollar in just the past 2 months. That is something to consider if you're buying crypto and trading crypto on chain, because everything is pegged to the US dollar. So he says, have a look at the Argentine stock market over the last 3 years with a just with a depreciating currency. I mean, I haven't looked at that, but I'll try and pull it up. What are your thoughts, Craig, as the sort of last topic that we'll talk about today?
I think it's a great time to have cash reserves, dude. I think looking at all those things topping, whether it's property, whether it's metals, whether it's equities, whether it's cryptos, whether it's AI, robotics, it's all going to have a cool off period, I think, over the next 1 to 3 years. And I think if you're an investor, not financial advice, although it sounds like it's going to come across at that, myself personally, I'm going to be looking to scoop up what might be some of the best prices we've had in, I don't know, man, a decade on some things. Depending on how big the dip is, man, I don't know. I'm just open to it being very severe. The reason why I say that is because just prepare for the worst, right? So I'm not expecting, I'm open to the markets dumping hard, and I just want to make sure I'm emotionally okay with that, and then financially okay with that, where I can take advantage of any discounted opportunities that perhaps we haven't had in 2 decades on something. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited because just seeing all those charts top. Oh man, I just think there's so much opportunity coming up in the next, I said, 1 to 3 years, dude. Like, it's been a long time, possibly, since people have had an opportunity like this. Because I wasn't investing 2 decades ago, which was, if you look at the property cycle, which you brought up there, I think it's 18.9 years or something like that. So if you subscribe to that, this is possibly the biggest opportunity we've had in 2 decades. Now, the last time that was, I was 20 years old. So, and I wasn't doing what I do now. Oh God, when I was 20, man, I was fucking retarded, man. Like, I was
like
not
most people. Like most people, yeah.
I was drinking and chasing girls and trying to buy the newest pair of sneakers and jeans because I thought the girls would like, stuff like that. Whereas while we still care about that stuff now, what I care about more now is creating wealth and opportunity and things like that. I am excited. Too long didn't read. Cash, man. I think you've got to have dry powder on the side to take advantage of this rather than ride it down. I don't really want to ride this down, but I'm keen to buy it. The only problem is the dip, how long the dip goes for.
And there might be a different time.
Yeah. And possibly each thing will move independently, like we've seen crypto pull back a lot quicker or sooner. I think there's going to be big opportunities and people that move well over the next few years. I think in the next 3 years, decade, are going to go very well. And we probably haven't had an opportunity like this in quite some time. Probably the COVID dip was something similar. The FTX crash and the tariff dip. That's probably your ones you've had. This is probably the next one. This probably will be bigger, possibly, than all those, because this all comes together at the same time. So it's like the perfect storm. I'm actually excited, and I'm very keen. I'm very keen to watch how this movie plays out. I don't know what the Black Swan event will be. I don't know what they're going to blame it on when it all comes tumbling down. Will it be the banks getting blamed again like 2008, or is there a new scapegoat? Is it Trump? Is it Trump? Is it a black swan like the internet going down for a moment in time? Is there a new virus on the way? Who knows what we're going to get given? But I think what you'll find is the market's all going to dip or crash, and then the news articles are going to come to tell us why, and I think they're going to be pretty bad. That's what I think. So I'm just prepping for that. So probably emotionally get ready for that, because it probably will be quite emotional, because the news they're going to feed you will probably be pretty scary. So I'm ready. I'm ready to buy. I'm ready to enjoy the blood. It's not going to feel very enjoyable when you're in it, and I'll probably be in those moments. I'll be like, oh, I don't like this, but whew. What are your thoughts, Greenie? Tell me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Like I said, like I'm using cash to buy a house now, but I still think that age is okay over a 3, 5, 10-year period. And I think that's the strategy you got to do. Like I could have saved money and gone lower, but the wife and I, we wanted something that was a bit nicer. Okay. We wanted something that was probably not just going to be at the low end of the suburb and the low end of the house that you want. Like we've got a dog, we want to try and start a family. So it sometimes doesn't necessarily have to be about investing in money, but that's certainly a conversation you need to have. We budget very well. So it's all about, we always thought, well, like if we've budgeted for, we've been very good. Like we managed to save like 60 grand to travel for a year, right? So we know how to budget if we need to. And I think a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I think that in itself is a great skill. So for me specifically, I think it's a tough time. I think I definitely want to buy Bitcoin lower. If we go there, I think we do go lower. But outside that, like, I mean, I do think we get great opportunity later this year. It's a shame I have to buy a house now, but I feel like renting, I mean, like a lot of people probably like, just keep renting and you have flexibility. But yeah, like honestly, the amount of rent that we pay is nearly a mortgage for an apartment anyway. So it's like, well, if I'm like, one, I don't want to live in an apartment. 2, we have a dog. We don't want to do that. So we might as well just extend ourselves a little bit more. We got cash sitting there ready to rumble. I've still got a runway for 2 years. Hopefully I can make money within that 2-year period, right? And wait it out, play the patient game. And from there, naturally, hopefully, someone said orange swan in alignment with Trump. That's a fair play. I like that. So for me, I do think, I think there will be great opportunity later this year. And I think you want to look at things like energy is something that I've been thinking about more recently. I've got a meeting in 10 minutes. I just remembered. But like things like, like you want to be diversified. So I like the idea of having an asset as a house, but as you said, that's hard to get in and out of. It's hard to draw equity out of. It's hard to use liquidity. You got to pay taxes. You got to pay bills. It's expensive. But it also gives me security, particularly if the currencies are showing weakness or strength. And now majority of my wealth now goes into a house that is an AUD asset as AUD starts to outperform USD. So I like that from an AUD perspective as well. Am I going to time the bottom? No, it's hard. It's hard for someone like me who's a 30-year-old when it's like 8 times harder for me to try and buy a house than it was when my dad was my age, right? So it's a tough time to be a young person in Australia, maybe potentially in the US. Lucky for crypto, we've managed to get ahead of where we were previously. Like I was so far behind. It took me so long to get through university. I really struggled with the whole study approach to life. I eventually got there, worked full time. We then traveled for a year. That travel really changed my perspective. And here we are now. Thanks to crypto, we have the opportunity to hopefully get ahead in the market. So I think, as I said before, there's certain areas of property that will always be worthwhile. I think where we live, Craig, is a very premium opportunity, at least in the short 5 to 10 years. I think it continues to probably grow from there. But as you said, like not everyone has a lot of money. And I think the thing is not writing down your money now. Like one of those commenters that we talked about at the start of the show, they're like, oh yeah, it's like you're calling it a bear market. I buy crypto every week. And so like, blah, blah, blah. I'll say, yeah, but you're an idiot. You're literally, if you're buying crypto every week, you bought the top when you could have just used a bit of knowledge, fundamental understanding, technical understanding to be like, hold on, I could get this asset at 50% discount. Oh, that sounds good. I could probably have 2x the amount if I just have a little bit more strategy behind it. Sure. Different people have different risk tolerances. Different people have different time. Different people have different understanding. But that's what we try to provide to you guys on this show, live every day, is a full network of understandings, full network of perspectives. And I mean, Craig, another huge banging show. I mean, we need to stop talking. We need to stop. Hey, we should be charging you guys for the show these days with the amount of alpha and conversations that we have. But anyways, I really hope everyone enjoyed the conversations today. I think this one is a banger, and we've talked about a lot of good topics today.
Yeah, no, great stream, Greenie. We covered a lot of good things there. Not so much charts, but a bit more general topical stuff, which I think sometimes is nice, just to shoot the shit and break it down live in front of everyone. Our thought process. Some of it's going to be retarded. Some of it's going to be okay. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of value. We'll let you get to your meeting, Greenie. And no, great show. I didn't even realize it was almost 10:30. I was like, whoa, we were rambling for ages. But that's when it's a good stream, dude. When it's just bleh. So, no, great stream. X is killing me, dude. If you don't share, it's so funny. If I share the Market Mates one, it fills up, and then I didn't share mine, then shared it, and it got another 50. I'm like, what is going on?
So I put my post up, and it only gets 400 views when every other post seems to get like, it's like they're nerfing it. Like, why are you nerfing people streaming on your platform all of a sudden on X?
What the hell? Anyway, yes, I know chat doesn't care about that too much, but man, they're throttling this mother FRA. It's like, not Eli, Elon, let us grow, man. Fuck.
Eli, let us grow. Eli,
And
when are you
Eli
coming
as
back
well.
on the channel, bro? I don't know if you're in the chat, Eli, but when are you coming back? When are you coming back?
We're waiting, dude. Jump on. Let's have a banter. But Greeny, same time, same place tomorrow. Maybe we'll look at a few more charts. Maybe we can talk about a bit of perps. I'll do a bit of learnings today. Maybe we can chat about that just so the viewers can see what it looks like to start, because the start's the hardest part in any journey. It's the most frustrating, the most annoying, and I'm probably going to smash my screen at some point. So hopefully you guys can be there for the day I do that, when I get something drastically wrong and say I should not have done this, but it should make for good viewing anyway. For the guys that pulled up, thanks, Mark. Cryo, I don't even know how to say their name. Is it Cryo's Heart or Cryo Shart?
I did say Cryo.
Yeah, all I see Shart, which I like. So good on you guys for pulling up today. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. And let's effing go, man.
All right, great show, guys. As always, don't forget to follow or subscribe if you watch this content. We're live every day, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard or 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard. Have a great day, have a great night, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow live. Thanks for hanging with us, and have a